YouTube. This your boy Coach Dante in the motherfucking building with you guys, man. Please comment, like, and subscribe on the video. I know I haven't, dropped a video in a while, but this is about time for me to drop a video about where I drop a video. I know I don't post videos that much on NFL news like I used to, but hey, let me start doing that. But hey, I'm all Houston. This is the Houston Rockets weekly report. You already know I discover all the games in one video instead of doing a single video on them, because it's days I may not feel like doing one single file video. But I'm gonna give you a Houston report, give you a couple of Houston Texans news before I get to the game, get to the Rockets weekly report. The Rockets do play tomorrow night, I believe, at home against the Portland Trail Blazers, who's Portland missing Damian Lillard. So let's get right into the news. Houston Texans interviewed Josh McCown. They did. I don't want him as a head coach. He just retired in the NFL. I wouldn't mind him being a quarterback's coach. That would be okay with me. I don't mind him being a quarterback coach. I don't like him as a head coach right now because, again, he just retired from the NFL. Rumors that we interviewed Todd Bowles. We finished up the interview with Todd Bowles. I like him as a defensive coordinator. If you're gonna, Todd Bowles is a well-respected guy, well-respected man. I'm pretty sure he was with a bad organization with the New York Jets that did not have really good talent. This is the same situation, but better than the New York Jets. But I mean, Todd Bowles can be a pretty decent-minded defensive minded coach. The problem is, what is your offensive coordinator going to look like? I don't know. So we're going to see coming up that. But the Houston Texans did interview Todd Bowles. They interviewed Ryan Flores, Josh McCown, Jonathan Gannon. It was one point that he was the main man for the job at one point, but we don't know that. I forgot who else we interviewed, but again, those are the candidates that I know. And we did interview Todd Bowles. We don't know when the baseball season comes out. I heard they're still talking. So Astros content, as soon as it come up, it will be posted up on here. But let's get to the Houston Rockets. Houston Rockets had an up and down week. They had pretty much an up and down week. They finished 2-3. They did finish 2-3. I believe they lost to the Kings the very first time in Sacramento. They lost to the Kings 126 to 114, where they had the lead in the first half of the game. And then guess what? Hey, second half of the game, no defense, none existed. Rockets, it's rumored that they are willing to keep Eric Gordon, but I think the Rockets should trade Eric Gordon. I think they should do right by him. I think they should trade him to a contender. Let him go contend. Let him go compete for a championship or with a playoff team. Don't waste the man's career in Houston. Let him go compete. Kevin Porter Jr. learning how to become a point guard. Jalen Green still inefficient, but the man's going to be a good scorer. Just hold your horses. Don't bash him. He still averaged 14.2 points a game, but his athleticism is very good. He competes. KJ Martin is pretty decent. He's pretty decent. We got a good young core. Christian Wood, I would consider putting him on the trading block because he's not going to want to be a part of a losing organization for too much long. Even though this is his first real time, being a stud and being a man of the team, you got to figure his frustration is going to boil over. He's going to be he's going to want to be a part of a winning organization. Even though Houston Rockets did give him a good shot, they give him his first real shot of being that player that he could turn out to be, and it worked for the Houston Rockets. Second half, Rockets implode. Kings outscored the Houston Rockets. The lead, I believe, got up to 1.18 points. Rockets were able to come back, but then again, it was too late. Christian Wood had 26 minutes, 26 points, 8 rebounds. Jalen Green, 11 points. Yeah, Augustine, 11 points. Şengün, I believe he was just coming back in that game, I believe. 9 points. Guzman Garuba, also he will be out with that wrist injury. He had to have surgery. Eric Gordon, this is his most efficient year in the NBA this year. He's sparking hot from three-point line, from three-point range. This is his most efficient year. 16 points, 16 for Kevin Porter Jr., 17 for Jae'Sean Tate, 6 for Josh Christopher. in a 114-126 loss against the Sacramento Kings. I believe 2 nights later, the Rockets play Sacramento again. They play Sacramento again. Hold on, let me go to that game. But shout out to everybody, man, that support my channel, that show some good love to my channel, man. I really appreciate you guys so much for hanging in out with me. Don't forget today, I got another couple of games with my boy Eric and with my boy Coach Spotlight, man. I will be doing the Bucks and Knicks game, and we also will be doing the Lakers versus Charlotte today's game. In the very next game, the Rockets go to Oracle. Not Oracle, but they stay in Sacramento. This was a back-to-back, pretty much again, not a back-to-back, but another day later, a couple of days later. They play Sacramento. They beat them 118-112. Rockets come back in the fourth quarter. I believe that was the first game Garrison Matthews does come back. Garrison Matthews had a great game, awesome game. De'Aaron Fox got ejected in the fourth quarter. I think they gave him a flavor too after, I don't think that was intentional, but the refs gave him a flavor too. He ends up having to getting out the game. Again, he wasn't trying to, but he ended up landing on his tailbone real hard, and that's what culminated. Rockets 29-21 first quarter, 26-39 second quarter. Again, the Rockets got outscored in the second quarter. Same thing. What happened in the first game? The Rockets had the lead going up into the middle of the second quarter. Rockets imploded in the second quarter. Kings were able to come back. Rockets had a 30-28 third quarter. Rockets were able to take over in the fourth quarter, 33-24, due to De'Aaron Fox getting put out of the game. Getting really put out of the game after that. Rockets 47 rebounds, 37 for the Kings. 22 assists, 26 for the Kings. 16 steals. Kings had 16 goddamn steals. That's terrible. That's awful for the Rockets. 6 for the Rockets. 3 blocks, 2. Rockets had 22 turnovers in this game, and they won the game by 6. 53% from the free throw from the field, 45 from the Kings. 83% from the free throw line by the Rockets, 75% from the free throw line by the Kings. Rockets shot 40% in this game from 3. Kings shot 31.6 from the 3-point line. Rockets outshot them from 3. Garrison Matthews had 4 threes, 4 for 6 from 3-point land. Eric Gordon was 2 for 5, 15 points. Jayshawn Tate had 10. Alperen Sengun had 6. Christian Wood 3 for 7 at the 3, 23 points. KPJ also had 23 points as well for the Houston Rockets as they beat the Sacramento Kings that night, 118-112. And for the Kings, Buddy Hield, just like the first game, 27 points, 5 of 9 from 3. You got Davion Mitchell, 16 points. De'Aaron Fox, 14 points. Metu, 14. Yeah, Halliburton has 0. I don't think he played that game. Harrison Barnes had 12, and you had Terrence Davis, who killed us the first game as well, had pretty much had 17 points in that game. So we're going to circle back. We circle back, and we go back to the very next night. The very next night, we had a tough game against... Got to keep going backwards, you guys. Got to keep going backwards because I think against the Utah Jazz. To me, that was a great Rockets victory right there. The Utah Jazz, Rockets beating the Utah Jazz. Rockets had a good start in that game, pretty much in the first quarter of the game, first half of the game. The Utah Jazz were able to narrow the gap, get up at halftime again. Utah Jazz won the quarter 35-21. The second quarter was beat rough for the Houston Rockets. The Rockets were up by 9 going into the second quarter, 36-27. They had a good first quarter. Ball movement was good, but then again, we know what happened in the second quarter. The Rockets start being complacent. You start having turnovers. Again, the Rockets imploded in the second quarter. They were down at halftime. The Rockets had a big third quarter. Christian Wood, I thought the momentum of the game, Christian Wood hits that half court, pretty much a 41-foot jump shot that pretty much I think put the game, give the Rockets an 81-80 lead going into the fourth quarter. The Rockets end up closing out 33-30 with Kevin Porter Jr. basically when the Rockets up 2. I believe that was 111 to 109. 111 to 109. Kevin Porter Jr. ends up hitting the dagger 3-pointer to put the Rockets up by 5. And the Rockets, Kevin Porter Jr. did that against the Wizards. He does it against the Utah Jazz. He's shown his clutch gene so far that when you're able to trust him with the last shot of the game and when the ball is in his hand with the last shot of the game, he's going to always rely on that step back like James Harden used to do. He's going to knock it down. And he knocked it down against Utah in Salt Lake City. That was a tough win against a very good team who's pretty much 30-19. Utah kept chipping away. You know how small the Rockets is. Rudy Gobert was able to pick the Rockets apart in pretty much in the game. Rockets got only out rebounded by 5, 49-44. 26 assists for Utah, 24 for the Rockets, 27 assists for 7 steals for Utah, 4 for the Rockets, 5 blocks for Utah, 3 for the Rockets. Both teams had no turnover issues like that. 9 for Utah. Rockets had 8. That's one more possession than Utah got. And that Utah got right there. 42% from the field, 47% from the field by Utah, 70% from the Rockets from the free throw line, 85%. The difference maker, the Rockets made threes in this game. 48%, 49 pretty much percent for the Rockets from the three-point line. Utah was 26% from the free throw line. From the three-point line, I mean, they were bad. Utah were bad from the three-point line all game long. So yeah, Mike Conley, who was 3 for 8 from the three-point line, 17 points. Rudy Gobert, 23 points. He's going to dominate because, again, we're small. Bogey, 3 for 13 from the 3, 29 points. Jordan Clarkson, 19 points. Yeah, Joe Ingles had 10. Yeah, Joe Ingles had 10 points in this game. And for the Houston Rockets, you had Kevin Porter Jr. had 15 plus the dagger shot to make it 114 to 109. You had Jae'Sean Tate, who got hot pretty much in the fourth quarter. Again, first half, they were leaving him wide open at the three-point line. He wasn't able to capitalize it, but in the fourth quarter, made a couple of key threes to keep the Rockets at bay and keep the Rockets up. Eric Gordon was 3 for 4 from the 3. Hit some big shots from the 3. Hit a big shot at the top of the key 3-point line. He was able to get to the paint. Make some tough layups for Eric Gordon. 16 points in this game. 18 for Jae'Sean Tate. 23 points for Garrison Matthews. It was one play. He pulled the trigger from down to the damn logo. From the damn logo on the right wing. Garrison Matthews had some ridiculous range. Christian Wood had 13 and 15. That was pretty good for Christian Wood. And the Rockets win this game 116 to 111. The Houston Rockets were able to pull this game out in the last game of the weekly report for the Houston Rockets. And Texans, I gave y'all a couple of Texan news on their head coaching gigs. The Rockets went against the San Antonio Spurs. From the first 5 minutes, the game was competitive. I believe the Rockets was up 23 to 21. And after the first quarter, the game was pretty much a shit show. After the game, the Rockets got blown out at this game, 134 to 104. DeJounte Murray is just a stud. He's just very, very good. I like the guy. I like young core for the San Antonio Spurs. Lonnie Walker, Jakob Poeltl, Eubanks. I like these guys. Primo. All of these guys, man, they still got a good team, and they always going to play hard. How about Johnson? Johnson was good, too. He's pretty good. High three-point percentage player. DeJounte Murray even improved on his three-point shot, and he got some great defense, too, man. 34-23. Like I mentioned, the Rockets had a 2-point lead, 23-21, and after that, San Antonio was just running off. Just ran off with the game. Second quarter, 32-28, 39-23. Third quarter, and the Rockets won the first fourth quarter, but by the time the game was over, the Rockets wasn't even competitive after that 23-21 lead. The Rockets wasn't even competitive right after that game. Right after that, so much. Rockets got out rebounded by 4, 49, 20, 49, 45, 38 assists for San Antonio. That shows the ball movement is pretty good. Everybody was touching the ball. Everybody was getting shots up. It was just a display, a passing display, like the skills competition. It was a passing display on the Rockets. 8 steals apiece, 5 blocks for the Spurs, 3 from Rockets, 15 turnovers for the Rockets, 13 from the Spurs. 57% from the field from San Antonio. Rockets only shoot 41. 68% from the free throw line. The Rockets rarely shoot good from the free throw line. And San Antonio was perfect from the free throw line. 37% from the Spurs at the 3. 26.5 Spurs. Probably when they don't shoot a lot of free throw threes, but they're efficient when they shoot. Because a lot of those guys, they play a system where everybody shares the ball, and Greg Popovich, he coaches discipline with good ball movement, great defense. He's very good at Greg Popovich is the reason why he's the best coach in the league, in my opinion, until he's retired, man. It's the reason why he's probably the greatest coach in basketball right now and won all of those championships and had those dynasties, because his ability to coach up the young talent that he got and develop young talent. And San Antonio organization don't get a lot of credit for developing guys, and they do develop guys, him and R.C. Buford. So credit to San Antonio. I respect the hell out of that organization. Kelvin Johnson, 16 points. DeJounte Murray, 19 points, 10 assists. Thaddeus Young finally played 12 points in 12 minutes. Lonnie Walker had 4. Drew Eubanks had 13. Jakob Poeltl had 18. Trey Jones, Tyus Jones' brother, had 14. Devin Vassell had 12. And you had Doug McDermott had pretty much 15 points. He was hot in that first quarter, man. He was killing us in that first quarter. Jae'Sean Tate, 14. Alperen Sengun, 14. Jalen Green, 7. Only 7 points, 3 of 16. He's going to be all right. He's just got to be efficient. He's not efficient right now. Garrison Matthews, 13. KJ Martin Jr., 13. And you had Christian Wood, 15. And you had Kevin Porter Jr., 16 points, 9 assists. So, again, that's your Houston Rockets weekly report and weekly games right there. Like I said at the beginning of this video, comment, like, and subscribe. Todd Bowles was interviewed by the Houston Texans for the head coaching job, and we'll see what the Houston Texans who they're gonna hire. But following David Culley after 1 year, you gotta have a backup plan, and we're gonna see what it is. And let's hope the Rockets can get a win tonight against the Portland Trail Blazers, who's still out there fighting. So comment, like, and subscribe. That's the end of the video. Shout out to Spotlight Sports Network. Shout out to everybody. Y'all will see me live later tonight. Later today. 5:30 pretty much. Charlotte Hornets. LA Lakers versus Charlotte Hornets. Me and my boy Eric will be live on that. And me and Coach Spotlight. Knicks versus Bucks. See you then. Comment, like, subscribe. Thank you guys. We out of here, Coach. Peace out.